Assalamu alaikum. Suleiman Raheem here. Welcome. Let's slay some demons. We're going to talk about the last plague. Brothers and sisters and brothers, we're going to talk about the last plague. Now, I've been talking to you about Exodus for some time, quite a bit of time actually, many years. But I've been talking to you from the sealed version. See, I've explained there's the sealed version and the unsealed version. The unsealed version will not be released or revealed until the seals are broken. Until then, for the last 2,000 years, there's only been the sealed version. But I've been explaining that Exodus is, even though it's sealed, it's clear enough that you can follow it and still not go wrong. Even though it's still sealed. It's under a veil. But you can still follow it, right? It's clear enough where you can still follow it and don't go wrong. You can't be deceived by people like Farrakhan and people like that because he's obviously Aaron. But they don't want you to see that. Okay, that's Exodus. But what does the unsealed version have to say about it? And I've been talking to you about this for quite some time, about the sealed version. And it's accurate. The sealed Bible is powerful. Right? It's just not an atom bomb. See, you have to get the mathematical side of it to ignite it. But it is powerful because KB was able to use the mathematical aspect of it for 500 years to rule the world, even though it's sealed. And it was powerful enough to ignite, to put enough pressure on us, right, to produce Suleiman and 144,000, which would ignite the final explosion, final atom bomb, ATTOM, the final one. That's the unsealed Bible, the unsealed Injil. Very powerful. See? But like in KV's bomb, he has a fission bomb and a fusion bomb. The fusion bomb is inside of the fission bomb. The fission bomb is powerful. That's the type of bomb they dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. It's powerful, but it's what is needed to trigger the inner bomb, which is 1,000 times more powerful than the fission bomb. The bombs they have now is 1,000 times more powerful than what dropped on Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Same thing with Injil. It took the sealed Bible, the mathematical side of it, to put enough pressure on us, because we're the center, to ignite that atom, atom bomb, the final one, right? That's going to change all reality universally. So, the idea is that by speaking to you about Injil, right, we're releasing those explosions, powerful shock waves. Well, I want to go into Exodus and say, okay, what's Exodus say from the unsealed version? That's what we're going to talk about. Does it say the same thing as the sealed version says? Because we see the sealed version is powerful. Because it says Abrahamic covenant, 1619, 2019, the plague came in right on time. Can't miss that one. That was no coincidence. It didn't happen a year later or a year earlier. It happened right on time. 2020. And it's killing the firstborn exactly like it said it would do it, most elderly. So we know it's accurate, because that's what I've been saying. You can follow that, you should be okay. You follow that, you're okay. Right? You just won't be deceived. I mean, it's not going to give you your original mind back, but it will keep you from being deceived and plagued by demons. It protect you from that. So that way, those people that still following Farrakhan, stuff like that, they have no excuse. Because he tells you, Elijah Muhammad tells you, Exodus, we're playing out Exodus. So if we live in our Exodus, and right away, you should never got deceived by Farrakhan, ever. Not even close. So if you did, that's your fault. And that's a sealed version. Because Exodus is clear about that. It's clear about it. The God, Farad, Elijah, Moses, who had a spokesman. Farrakhan was his spokesman, not Wallace. And in his absence for 40 years, they've been wandering around the wilderness for 40 years, deceived and being abused and tricked and made a mockery of by Aaron Farrakhan. Exactly what he's done. He hasn't reduced anything. Exactly. And then Joshua, someone who also was with Elijah Muhammad, or the messenger of Moses, right? He would take control. He would break the seals. He would lead you to the promise. He's the messenger of the covenant. See, what do you mean messenger of the covenant? See, it tells you, Malachi clearly, there's two messengers. First, the messenger will come, and then to his temple will come the messenger of the covenant. How can you miss that? They go, oh, there's nobody but Elijah. Well, we don't list those people. Those your eyes are waking up, and you know that that's garbage. So we're going to move into this, and we're going to try, I'm explaining to you, but you have to study, because this is mostly for you people who have been studying already, because people haven't been studying, they're probably not going to get any of this. Those who've been studying already, I want you to see the unsealed version of Exodus. There's a lot more. I'm just going to do a part of it. I'm just talk about the plague part. See? Because like I said, there's a lot of things I could talk about. I mean, we can break the whole thing, the unsealed, the whole Exodus. I'm just going to talk to the plague part. Just that plague part. Okay. So let's move on. Okay, this we talked about this earlier. There'll be the two, and their credentials would be Farad would have Master Farad Muhammad, the technician, the one who makes turn to be and is. His credentials would be technical. He'd be a technical marvel that no one could build but him. A technical marvel that no one could build but him. No one could touch it. No one could do it but him. No one could touch it. Nobody could understand. Nobody could figure it out but him. He's only figure. That's it. That's his will. And then I don't think anybody can deny they exist. They may call it UFOs and whatever, but they know something's there. See? So, that's his credentials. So you know that he's the one, not Shiva or some god they made up, Buddha, whatever. Who's the one that's the one that does that? See, not no mystery Allah and all that kind of stuff. The one that's able to build that will, and it's there and they can't touch it. They have no idea what to do with it. They've sent their China, India they've made it public, and they have sent their most powerful jets up at this thing, the most powerful, the fastest, most powerful jets, and it was taken out. America sent jets up too, but they won't tell the American public because they don't want the American public to think that there's something that can defeat them. But they're going to find out pretty soon. So that's the technical side. I'm not going to the technical and analytical, the spatial. I'm not getting into all that here. But the spatial side, because that's what happened. You got the extremely technical and extremely spatial, right? Because that's the way he has two gods now. The first God was ambidextrous, right? He just had the right. But now we have the technical side. He's almost all technical, just a little bit of space to keep the technical under control. That's right. Super technician, more technical than the original God. Then you have the spatial. That's the high priest. See, and his credentials be he would solve a problem, a spiritual problem, right? See, a spatial problem. That's right. I should have said spatial problem. No one could do. No one. No one, heavens or anywhere, could do it but him. And those are the credentials. And that's how you could not make a mistake. That's what you want. The God that you want to be looking towards is the one that got that will, and the high priest you're looking to is the one that broke those seals. Period. That's it, brothers and sisters. So if you got a problem with that, then you the one got to live with that problem, because we're moving on. We're going home, and we're not waiting for anybody that's straggling. You better read the story about the 10 virgins, right? Those that slept, they got left behind. We're moving on, brothers and sisters. See, 50,000 years we've been away from home. Now it's time to go home. So if you're dragging your feet, you're playing games, well, that's on you, brothers and sisters. This time of consequence. Time of consequence. Time of consequence, brothers and sisters. See. Okay, let's move on. Okay. Again, this is what the angel key looks like. It has 3 different constructs. This is the major construct here. I'm not going into all that, but that's what it looks like. So those of you who've been studying, you're familiar with that. And those of you talking to other people, you make it familiar. That's not the purpose. Is to get you familiar with this right now. Right? Like I said, this is mostly advanced. This particular presentation is mostly advanced for people that been looking at the angel key, hoping they're studying it. If you're not studying it, it's not get you anywhere. And I kind of like wonder about a couple of things, because I kept dropping hints for months, right? About this last plague. And no one ever called about it. I said last plague, this 5-month plague. And no one ever really talked about it. Nobody questioned me about it. See? So we're going to see about it in a minute, because it tells you that COVID-19 is not the last plague. That's not the plague that drives us out. Some of you made that assumption. I never said that. See? Okay, let's go. Let's go. Move into it. See what happens. The last plague. Now, what does it say? When you read it, it says, I will send one last plague. That's the plague that's going to drive you out. See? But you think that COVID-19 is the last plague. That's not the last plague. I kept telling you the locusts would be the last plague. But nobody caught on to that. At least they did never say anything to me about it. So, because you need an unsealed version to get it. So let's move on. Okay. And the Lord said to Moses, I'll bring one more plague on Pharaoh in Egypt. Afterwards, he will let you out from here. When he let you go, he will drive you out altogether. See? And he says, speak now to the hearing of the people, and let every man ask his neighbor, every woman from her neighbor, articles of gold and articles of silver and gold. That's the gold and the silver. Right? We talked about. We're going to talk about that a little more. Right? Okay. See? I'll bring one more plague. So if there's another plague coming, then the COVID-19 could have been the last one, right? Don't worry. You're not getting lost. There's no tricks here, right? And this is really in your favor. And a second, it elaborates on that. It says, Egyptian articles, silver, gold, and clothing. Right? Some of you have some idea what that means. See, when we go out, we go out with that. See, some people think that's actually literally gold, silver, and And no, why clothing? I take their clothing. We can't really. We want their clothing. That should be a hint right there. Okay, we start right here. Now, what's the story about this one? It says this is what he was told to do. It's supposed to be a Passover. Now, what the sealed version, right? There's nothing wrong with it. On Exodus, it just it's not in detail. It's what I'm going to tell you right now, and it's talking about all the things that you see it talk about. You see it happening, so that means there wasn't anything wrong with it. But that's not the plague that drive us out. Because it's the last one that would do it, and that's what people make assumptions. That's why you can't make assumptions. You have to look at every word, all of it. See. Okay. So what were they told to do? See, we're going to use the key here. See, it says they was told to put blood of the lamb on the doors. Now, what does that mean? Okay, the blood of the lamb right there. You see that right there? That's the blood of the lamb because it's kind of cause it's red, whatever, right? But the lamb is the top, the one top. That's usually a son. I'm putting it in that now because I'm trying to make things a little more. This, like I said, is more advanced. Okay, so that's the blood of the lamb. Then had those keys under it. They also the four winds. That's the blood of the lamb. So it said put them on the doors. But the doors are the elect because they're normally in the place where the blood is. When the original nation on the top, they're right where the blood is. But they're down here now. See, they're in the wilderness. Now, if you read chapter 12, right, it said the women fled into the wilderness. You see, for 1,260 days, that's 42 years. See, that's also the time Aaron would be seeking the people in Moses' absence or Elijah's absence. So keep that in mind. That's 42 years. I will say she be because wilderness is that when they're in that condition in the middle of that, they're in the wilderness, wandering around the wilderness 42 years. That means the Nation of Islam. That's when it fell after Elijah Muhammad was going to be beheaded. There was no leadership, right? Okay, not going into a lot of detail about that. Anyway, so that's the blood. It said, put the blood on the doors. Now those, I said, you have to be familiar with the angel key to follow this. See, because this from the beginning is not going to make any sense to them. Okay. So we know the blood, when it goes down, see where the doors are right here? That's the position they would be when they're down here, because when these only two up top here are either the original nation or the African nation. Right? Okay. So I have one little area here. I'm going to leave it. Fraud shouldn't be there right now. I forgot to change those two. Right? Well, we leave it for now. It's not going to mess up anything. Okay. So so he's got to put the blood on the doors. Okay. There you go. See? Putting the blood on the door because that's where they go. See, both of them there now, blow on the doors. Because if we put the blood on the doors, right, it's not going to, right? And during this time, this is when it says, the sun became black as a moon hole, and the sackcloth hair became as blood. See, well, that's talking about, because I'm jumping through a lot of things, right, to get to the point. Because it means become a lot of territory to get to the point here, right? So anyway, that's why you see the lamb down in the eye, because it happens during that period of time. Anyway, blood on the doors, right? So blood on the doors will pass. The situation would pass over them. They would be harmed, right? So that's the Passover. Okay. So now they moved out the way. Not gonna harm them. See, so they're not gonna harm them. And I'm not changing anything here. Anybody knows been following the same. The pattern remains the same. It's the only thing that was an error here. I had Farad in the wrong place at that time, but that's where he's going to be anyway. So it's not taken away from this. So now you know. So you know that that's like something I missed. Anyway, so now it's the Passover, but that's also the time of the war. Let's go back here. See this position right here, right? America, falls Israel, and Britain, they ain't controlling the Middle East. This is the period of time right now where the Shia is moving up, and now they're at the verge of war. This is where we are right now, at the verge of war. That could happen anytime now. You know what's going to happen this year? It could happen anytime now. That's what's going on right there. Because that's the American falls Israel. On top, and they're moving up, right? So this is 2020, 2021, right? They're moving up, and they're at the verge of war. Okay, so then the war takes place. That's what's about to happen. The war's taking, what's about to happen pretty soon. The war takes place, right? See? So they moved out of the way, right? The war is going. See? I mean, no. The war's happened. So they already won the war. The wars are taking place. They already won the war. Okay? The war's already taking place. They won the war. Okay? So that's what you see right now. You see Shia, they're in top now. And America and Britain and false Israel is pushed out of the Middle East. False Israel is still there, right? But they're not controlled anymore. Okay. Then that's what Babylon falls. Now let's go back and look at this carefully now, because I need to catch this one. Need to catch this one. Now it says, angels of death. See, they're not going to touch the doors. They're out of the way. See, elect, they're out of the way. See, but it's going to get those, the firstborn. Now, who are the firstborn in this case situation? Adam. He's the first one made. He's the first one born. Remember, he's made from the dusty earth. See, and they're the firstborn also, because Elijah raised them first. See, you gotta pay attention, brothers and sisters. See, now what's happening right now? What happens? They're firstborn together, right? And death. See, they're the ones going to be impacted by this plague. They're going to both suffer from this plague. Where's the plague? The locust. Hasn't been let loose yet, though. See, but they're the firstborn. Plague hasn't hit yet. See? Okay. That's what it means. That's what's talking about the firstborn. Right? Okay. The plague hasn't hit yet. Because the plague cannot, what he says, that the blood right there, he's also the fifth trumpet. It says, he released the locust, but he had to get the key first to release them. That means the four winds have to blow first, because the keys also the first winds. Four keys also the four winds. Okay, follow it closely now. Now, here gets the key. Now locusts are let loose for 5 months. That's the four winds blowing. So now you got the Christian blacks. They're going crazy, tearing this country apart. Because what? America's at war now. America and Britain's at war with China and India, China, at war with the wild beast earth, Europe and Russia. You see? They also had a Sunni. We talked about that in my previous presentation. So at war. And they got 200 million man army coming at them. And they got to do a draft. I mean, they got to make a significant draft. They got to draft almost every man in the United States, because you only got possibly 350 million people in the United States. And over half of those are elderly. So who are they going to draft? See, so that's what they talk about. They throw them in the river. I'm not going to like I'm not going to all the details. I'm not put it all together. I'm trying to give you a base to work with. So now they refuse, and there's a conflict between them and the government. See, because that was their greatest fear, that a war would break out and that black people would turn against them and help the enemy fight. So now they come at black folks. Now you got the government coming after black folks. You got the Sunnis coming after black folks because falsities were going, and now they've been kicked out of the Middle East, and they figure that's all theirs, and they don't want us to get it. So we're on attack, but the locusts are going crazy. These are the Christian blacks. These are the demons. They're not us. They're master's children. They're going to be going crazy. That's the locust plague. See, and they're going to attack, right? America. They're going to attack, right? They'll be attacking over in Britain also. They're going to be attacking America. They're going to be attacking the Nation of Islam. Attacking everybody. And everybody's going to be attacking them. That's the locust plague. Be tearing this country apart. Also reference back to Samson, not going to that. That's the locust plague. Last 5 months. See, they resist the draft. America will be at war. They will not be playing. And they want to draft people. They're going to resist the draft. Because they're going to be drafting black women and men. See? And you got a problem with Nation of Islam because they're supposed to be exempt, like the Mormons are. Elijah Muhammad and Farad set that up. And that was, it gelled right with Ali when they had that, court case. He won, that made Nation of Islam exempt from draft, military service, made him exempt. See, because Elijah Muhammad and his followers had went to prison many times, refusing, because that's why he put him in prison back in the 40s, because he refused to go into the military. Plus, he was teaching people, telling the brothers and sisters they should be going in there. That's why I put him in prison for that. So finally, it paid off with the trial with Ali, and so they was exempt. But Farrakhan, see, he's not your friend. He came along and messed that all up. Because he's saying, yeah, if America goes to war, we'll help fight America. We're going to defend America. He's talking stuff like that. He got a lot of followers that's up there in the military. He's not telling you not to go in the military. He's like, his followers in the military. He said, yeah, if a war break out, we're gonna help defend America. But Elijah Muhammad told you if war breaks out, that's a lie. Send that war. So you'll be fighting a fraud? See, do you ever pay attention to what that fool is saying? Because if you're fighting America's enemies, they go to war, that means you're fighting Farad, because they said when the war breaks out, he's the one that's going to be what the war about. So you be fighting Farad. You don't nobody pays attention to what that fool is saying. Anyway, I'm just giving some scenario right here. That's the see. So in the total chaos, total turmoil, that's the plague that's going to drive us out. That's the last plague, the locust plague. See. Because what this is going to happen, right, is that after that 5 months, it's going to get so tense, right? The All Blacks going to come together. They've been fighting. They're going to come after, I was going to be protected, though, because that's when Suleiman will be there. Suleiman will be there, right, to clean it up, right, and put it in defensive mode, so they'll attack, but they're not going to do any damage. But they're going to be tearing up everything else. See? Because he's going to get rid of all the demons and everything, and why it's going to be like it's supposed to be, with real soldiers, not no wannabe, these wannabe, right? Real ones. See, so that's what Suleiman says. He's going to suddenly come to his temple. That's That's the measure of the covenant. So you clean it up. See, prepare them for the tribulation, but it's gonna bring them together, right? Okay, so that's what's gonna happen during this 5 month period. He's preparing them, but then, right, it's gonna get so intense, right? Because it's gonna be totally government, totally against all black folks, totally. There's no strain, no, no BS. Bam. See, so we have a civil war between the blacks and the government and everybody else. See, so it's either we got to get out of here, we're forced out, or we fight to the death, or we give up. That's how intense it's going to be, because they're going to drive us out altogether. Because this plague, because with this insurrection, there's not going to be any way to, no resolution here. They talk it out. This plague is going to cause it. Okay, let's move on. So that's the 5 months. See? So 5 months. Forget about that 12, 60 days that refers to something else. I should have deleted that. I think I talked about it earlier. Let's look at something else right quick. Now see, that's when the 4 winds blow. But if you also read Exodus about when Moses, so I'm not going to detail. I'm not going to break all of Exodus down in Angel. I'm going to say a couple of things. See, the top key there, that's Elijah. Remember, he had the serpent. See, serpent under him, right? Also, that represents he split the sea, right? Well, these also represent the sea. The sea was up here, but now it's split. So that means it was dry land here, right? Where the children of Israel can go on into dry land. That's all about. So that's what dry land's here. There's the sea and the wind. Remember, the wind split the sea, right? So these are also the 4 winds. You see all this coming together? The sea, the wind, right? And the dry land. See? And they had to come through the sea, because that's where they are right now. The demons and the black hole blacks is right down here under the sea, or under all that. Okay. So they come up, right? And they come up through onto dry land. I'm not going to all that, right? Like I said, I'm just going to focus. See, I'm going to get a little background, but focus on just this play here. So they all come, they drove it out all together, all the blacks. What do you mean? Drove you all together, all together. See, doesn't mean they delivered together, because the demon is separated out. And how you know that? Because the next thing is going to tell you. See, they're separated out. They're all together. Drive it all together. They're all together up there. See, throw it out. They're not on earth anymore. They're not, they're there. See, but it's still here in America. Still in America, because that's where separation and judgment takes place. Okay, driven out all together, and then there you go. That's what it says. When they go out, what are they taking with them? They're only taking the gold, silver, and the cloth. You get it, brothers and sisters? That's what they taking with them. They ain't taking the demons. Gold, silver, and the cloth. Who's the cloth? The sackcloth that represents the shear, right? So the cloth will cover the children, would be the rainbow there, right? And the gold, that's the top right there, and the silver, right, is NOI. There you go, brothers and sisters. That's what the angel says. All this, the time hasn't changed. All this happened this year. I'm just showing you the power of the sealed Bible and unsealed. I was talking from the sealed side. Now I'm giving to you from the unsealed side. See, and it was there all the time. This has been all the time. I tell you, nothing I've changed here. Everything's been here all the time. It's been in front of your face all the time. That's why you need to study. But even if you study, even those you study diligently, you still might have missed this, because it took me 30 years. I was studying 30 years. I don't expect you to come in 30 days or even 3 years to figure it out. Some of you just been studying a few months. I don't feel bad about it. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm here to do. See? Because we're not teaching 2 plus 2 here. We're teaching calculus. See? We're going on. See? Differential equations, trigonometry. We're not playing here. See? So now you see it from the unlocked version. The sealed version is powerful because we already see it happening. And you see it happening, right? Look all the information. Look what all the information, how your eyes open just when the sealed version was explained to you. See? And that was the sealed version. That's why these people out here, they have no excuse. Because the sealed version was enough to keep them from being deceived by Farrakhan, and they were still deceived by it. But now here's the unsealed version. Look at boy, it's even more powerful. See? But now it's sealed version. It says, right? I mean, the idea is the same. It's just give more detail and explain it exactly what's going on. The sealed version was good and powerful. Like I said, it told us who is who. It revealed who Aaron is. It revealed who Farad is. It revealed who Elijah is. It revealed they've been in the wilderness for 42 years. It revealed that there'll be a plague in 2020. I mean, that's powerful. And that's the sealed version. This is the unsealed version. And I'm just giving you a little piece of it. See? Because I've been telling people that you can use the sealed version, and you can not go wrong. And you see, but the unsealed version is even more powerful. And we're just talking about the locust part, the last plague part. I don't know. Like I said, I'm only one person. I can't do all. I'm doing this stuff as fast as I can, and as thorough as I can. And I mean, we can take Exodus we can do it for Ninja from beginning to end. See, so I gave some hints where Moses had the serpent. See, Moses put his hand in and got him out white and leprous, right? See, who is the white hand? See, I'm not sure. I don't want to go too far astray here. See, I don't want to go. But see in the position here, I says, when you're in this position here, your forehead. When you're under there, we see Farrakhan, that's the hands. Here's the feet. See, but he's white. Remember, he's like the white horse and everything. See, and the key right here would be Elijah. See, he's sitting in Elijah's seat right now. But Elijah, that was his hand. It says hand turned white, leprous. Calling Farrakhan leper. See, I'm telling you, you can break all this down so much. But brothers and sisters, just one person. And I've given you a lot already. And I've told you there's so much more. I'm only tip of the iceberg. Only tip of the iceberg. So study hard, brothers and sisters. Because believe me, you're helping. You're not studying in vain, right? You're helping. See, I've been studying 30 years, like it's still so much more. And so much more I can tell you about that. Like I said, you can see right now, I'm just giving you a little hint. I never explained this to you before. See? Because just the sealed version was powerful enough. And you wouldn't understand this, right? You wouldn't understand this anyway. The only way you can understand this, you have to be on a higher level with the angel. You have to have a familiarity with the angel, even go to this with you. Because it's more complicated. So if you have no knowledge of the angel, you go right past over you. And some of you still may be going past over. See? But you got something to work with. So some things I just can't talk to you about, at least not from the key. Because it's just so complicated. You see how, and I talk 666 with you, Mark of the Beast, and there's still so much more with that I can't talk to you about. Because you see how complicated that is. This angel is powerful. And when you get it, that means your mind is going to be, can you imagine? This puzzle is more powerful, it's the most powerful puzzle they ever put together for this particular time. Because that's how you strip, when you lift weights, Strengthen your muscle with puzzles, riddles, strengthen your mind. And it's the most powerful one. So once you get up on this, you think, imagine how powerful your mind is going to be? How powerful your brain is going to be? Because you got to use your brain to figure it out. You can't figure it out by playing basketball. So let's give you some idea, brothers and sisters. But don't fret, because as you learn, you find your learning pace will quicken. Because now you're starting to see things, and you're starting to see, just like you pay attention to little details. Like the little detail about the last plague. See? You passed over that one. I keep saying you guys, you can't pass over this stuff. You can't assume anything. You can't pass over. Because if you pay attention to that thing says last plague, you says, wait a minute. He keeps talking about the locust last plague. Then how is COVID-19 going to drive us out if that's not the last plague? See? That's not a criticism. Because believe me, brothers and sisters, I had no idea what I was getting into when I started breaking these seals. you know, and it's totally changed me. I know it's changed you too. See, it's powerful. Okay, brothers and sisters, I think we're gonna leave it here. I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. Leave it here. Hang on, brothers and sisters, because one day it's gonna be like 1 + 1 = 2 stuff. They just show how far we've fallen. Because you think we gave form to this universe thinking like these people think? Our minds was 1,000 times more powerful than their most powerful minds. Our children hereafter will be wiser than the wisest ones they have right now. Be wiser than all these Newtons and Einstein, all that kind of stuff. The youngest children. You know, if you could talk to a dog, how do you think they would see us? I mean, there's no comparison. But what if we grew up among dogs? What if we never had an education some dogs found us as babies and raised them as dogs? We'd be thinking like dogs. We had no idea about mathematics or language, anything. See what I'm saying? Because who's going to tell us about it? How do we know it exists? So someone had to come say, hey, man, what that foot damn like dog for? You think that's normal? So now he got to take and snatch you out of there and start teaching you and then get you to stop barking and all that kind of stuff, right? And then once he stand you up, once you get the idea that you ain't no dog, and then you look back at those dogs and, man, they were nothing. I mean, it's like no comparison. And that's what's happening now, brothers and sisters, because it's been raised by people that don't know anything. That's why the scriptures call them beasts. And so that's why we're on the level of them. But they can't make stars and stuff. Just like a dog, he can't write a book. They can't do the things that we've done. But once they get you away from that dog, then you can write books. Then you can prison dogs. I mean, you can do whatever you want to with them dogs, eat them if you want to. You understand, brothers and sisters? So it's worthwhile study. Get that mind back. Because that's what you did. They don't want you to get your mind back. Because you built those stars and galaxies, but you have no idea what you have, your power of your brain. They know, but they don't want you to know. You have no idea how powerful your brain is. Because this energy will tell you right now, is give you a hint to look all the complex, all the stuff, the puzzles, and they've had 2,000 years, they haven't even touched. Just go out if you have time. I don't have time, right? But if you just go out and go into YouTube or whatever, and look at all these people that claim us about Revelations, and I guarantee you, they won't have any of it right. Not even one verse. Not even a verse. That's why I challenge Farrakhan, just give me a verse that's right. Like the Quran says, just give me one verse. Just give me one verse that's right. They ain't got any of it right. All of it is 100% wrong. But they claim they know about it. Now that you know, you can go and see. They'll have no idea what they're talking about. So start loading, brothers and sisters. You can't do it overnight. Start loading, brothers and sisters. Because when you get your right mind back, you're going to look at these people like they are beasts. And this was nothing. A lot of times it's going to be so, you won't even, you think this was a vision, a dream, this whole thing. Because you don't have nothing to compare it to. You've been a whole new thing, and your mind be different, and so you won't be able to connect back with this anymore. So like a dream that you had. Maker, owner, creator, planner of God universe. We say God, that's what it means, and that your mind's been stolen from you. That mind that made those stars out there, that made those galaxies, those constellations, those planets, there's trillions of planets out there, beautiful, ready to be inhabited. We don't have to remake them. They're already inhabited, beautiful. Nothing ever is going to be beautiful as Earth. Earth's going to be rejuvenated, and it's the most beautiful planet in the whole universe once it's rejuvenated. See, see. This one, like it says, the throne of God is ever on water. Always here. This is central. Okay, brothers and sisters, hope you understand. So, and like I said, this is primarily, almost exclusively, for those you've been studying angel. Because everybody may have no idea. So if you want to go out and start talking about it, that's up to you, brothers and sisters. Good luck with that one. See, so that's why I've been talking like about 666. I talk about that because most people are familiar with 666. So I had some connection there, right? But that's primarily for people that's been studying anyway, because they wouldn't understand, have no idea what we're talking about there. See? So as you advance, I can talk about more than you had, like you can't start telling a child in sixth grade about calculus. You gotta start, build up towards that. And the other thing is, that's the book Abraham was talking about, and the wisdom. His wisdom is knowledge of pressure. You have to study pressure. Study pressure, that's the wisdom. That's the mathematics that drives all of this. The angels, that drives the angel also. That drives the plane. All that's built over the mathematics. Pressure is fundamental, and that's why Farad took the wisdom of pressure to technical extreme, technical heights. I take it to spatial heights. See, breaking the angel. See, show how pressure is our reality. How it works with us, how we work with it. See, so that's the fundamental of all of it. But you have the technical side and the spatial side. For us dealing with the technical side, I'm dealing with the spatial side. Come together. Because the technical side will kick their ass over there, prepare home for us. Spatial side gets prepared to go back home. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. We all love you. You're the apple for our eyes. I mean, he proved he came in. Look, all this is about you. It's not about us. If it was about Farad, he wouldn't waste no time at all. It's about you. He ain't coming to enslave you. If he wanted to do that, he could have done that. He could have done that by now. He come to free you. Freedom, justice, equality, Islam. I'm here to free you, brothers and sisters. I'm not here to tell you what to do. In fact, I resist some of you keep trying to get me to tell you. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I want you to be you. And it's simple, simplistic, simple. Farad's a human being, right? A God. Flesh and blood. I'm a human being, right? So he has his life to live, don't he? I mean, he has his life to live, right? I have my life to live, right? Do you think he want to live his life worrying about you every 5 minutes? Is that what you think that's what he wants to do? You think that's what I want to do? Think about it. That's the caveman stuff. See? I don't want to be doing that. I want you to be you. So when you love somebody, you love them for who they are. If you're trying to change, you don't love them. You're trying to people, this abusive, marital, whatever, right? I'm trying to change. You're trying to be controlling and stuff. That means they don't like you are. They don't like, they're trying to control you, tell you what to do. That means they don't like you are because they want you to be something else. Friday coming with that, and I sure ain't coming with that. Anybody knows me, I'm not doing with that. I'm not down with that. In fact, I'm backing off because people try to get me to tell me, I said, no, man, you just be yourself. I like you just like you are. Just give me information because you know better, you do better. I ain't trying to tell anybody anything to do. Get somebody to tell you, come and tell you that I told them what to do. Find anybody on this planet that will tell you that. Anybody knows me, no, that's not the truth. See? Only one I ever told what to do is my children. And when they got old enough, where they could do, I don't get in their business, I don't tell them what to do. I give them advice that they probably won't listen to most of the time. But I got time for that. I got my own interests. Like I said, when you're controlling people, that means you don't, that's why white folks, that's why the devils could controlling us because they don't like us the way we are. Otherwise, they wouldn't be trying to control you. Anybody trying to control you don't like you the way you are. They want you to be something else. That means they hate you. You understand? So somebody trying to control you, that means they want you to be something else other than what you are. It means they hate you for what you are. They want you to be something else. That's not what Friday come. He said, what was the last thing he told Elijah Muhammad? The last thing he told him was, tell them to be themselves. And he said, tell them, I want them to be like this. They better be like this. They better be like that. He said, tell them, yes, he said, tell Elijah Muhammad, that's the best. Elijah said, what's the best thing I tell them? After all the things you taught me was to tell them to be themselves. Say, be something like Farrakhan. You're sinful. You gotta be like this. You're sinful. See, because if he's telling, it means he don't like you. If Farrakhan tell you sinful, it means he don't like you. He don't like the way you are. So he's gonna transform you. Because he don't like the way you are. Don't you understand? If he loved you, he'd be talking like that. Elijah Muhammad didn't talk like that. You're sinful. Like him, the disemboweled son of a devil, he taught you sinful? The coward that ran away when the wolves came, out of nation's army, ran away, went back to kissing master's butt, begging to get back on stage, shake his ass. And he's, really? Son of a devil? Who raped his mama? So she tried to abort him 3 times? That's why she tried to abort him. Because she was raped. See, he don't like you the way you are. That's why you're sinful. You're being punished. But think about it, brothers and sisters. Hope you understand. Assalamu alaikum.